genesis of the Federation and salute its dauntless journey of long 75 years struggling for rights and fighting against exploitation. Insult, humiliation, discrimination and deprivation of the Indian employees in the banking industry by the colonial management was the order of the day during the early 20th century. The same was in practice in different corners of the world too, in some form or the other.
In those days, employees have been treated like bonded laborers, and they have been treated like slaves. And in fact, there was no proper working conditions. And the employees have been teased and harassed, and they cannot even see sunrise and sunset. Like that, they have been continuously working in the bank without any time norms or anything.
To protect the working class from torture, intimidation and exploitation of the employers, ILO, the International Labour Organization, was born in 1919 under the aegis of League of Nations. Its motto being advancing social justice, promoting decent work. With the same motto, an organization of employees of Bank of Bengal was born under the chairmanship of Sri Narayan Chandra Mukherjee on 9th July 1920 to achieve in future the desideratum of workers' emancipation from economic exploitation.
In fact, I must tell that the Bengal Association has done a very pivotal position in those days, because your association has been started in the year 1920, even before the Trade Union Act.
As there was no law to register a trade union during that period of time, so it was registered under the Benevolent Societies Act. The birth of David to fight against Goliath. In 1926, the Indian Trade Union Act came into being. The application for registration under Indian Trade Union Act 1926 was submitted on 29 January 1932 and it got registered on 24th May 1932. In 1946, the Bengal Circle Association went on for a strike for 46 days. From 1st August, driven Bengal Circle had a spread from Rangoon to Peshawar and from Orissa to Jammu and Kashmir. The strike was called for a better pay and a better service condition of employees of Imperial Bank, but the struggle became a symbol of fight against the colonial owners. The students of Kolakata dared the police atrocities and joined the strikers to picket. The valiant fight of the Imperial Bank of India, Indian Staff Association for 46 days resulted in the appointment of the Kutta Tribunal, which solved two issues. First, regulation of working hours and same pay for same work. In the meantime, the employees of the Bank of Madras Circle felt the need to organize a trade union for themselves.
In the south, they were also, the employees were simmering, and because they want to break this, the bonded labor system and the way in which they are being treated, they cannot tolerate. And on account of that only, they will finally decided that they will have their own union. That has been started on 4th August 1946 at the same St. Mary's Hall here.
Against this backdrop, Sri D. Ghosha, General Secretary of Calcutta Association, wrote a letter on 7th November 1946 to the General Secretary of Madras Union. In his letter, he expressed his satisfaction that the Madras Union, within a very short time of its emergence, could achieve benefits of its members and opined that it was essential that the employees of Imperial Bank should have a federation as early as possible. the Madras Circle Union hosted the first All India Conference of Imperial Bank employees. The meeting was held at St. Mary's Hall from 23rd October to 25th October 1947. The meeting was presided over by Sri Somendranath Tagore, President of Bengal Union.
And Bengal Congress and Chennai Congress, they came together and they have discussed, and finally they have decided that let us have our federation so that we can give very good protection to the entire employee.
The Bombay Union later joined the force during the 50s. After formation of the Federation in 1947, it demanded nationalization of Imperial Bank of India. Our federation was the first trade union organization to raise the demand of bank nationalization. Imperial Bank of India was changed into State Bank of India. In the demand of same wage for same work irrespective of one's place of posting, the employees of State Bank of India wait for 1 hour pen down strike on 15 December 1955 and won this nationwide strike on 28 December 1955. Again, a 2-day strike was scheduled on 6th and 7th January 1956. At Riyaz, on 4th January, the police arrested Sri Mohanlal Majumdar under PT Act. Before surrendering, he requested the police to allow him to leave a message for his members and wrote on a piece of paper, "To my friends and comrades, I have been arrested under PT Act. March forward like disciplined soldiers and carry on these struggles. Yours comradely, Mohanlal Majumdar." Observing the dilly-dally tactics and unsatisfactory result of successive tribunals, the Federation demanded for voluntary arbitration to settle their demand. The same was rejected by the bank management and the government. Chairman's declaration that there will be no discussion on the Charter of Demand compelled the Federation to go in for a nationwide indefinite strike from 4th March 1960. The strike continued with exemplary courage, endurance and solidarity of the members till 24th March when it was called off by the President of the Federation. The strike continued for 21 days, although after the 11 days of the strike, it was declared illegal by the then Prime Minister Sri Jawaharlal Nehru. The strike of 1960 enriched the organization with a full steam to have the edge over the management for over 1.5 decades, that is up to the declaration of national emergency and ushered in the era of bilateralism in the banking industry. Computerization and Mechanization Agreement signed on 9th June 1989, first of its kind in the banking industry, against 1 increment for employees and a fixed allowance after maximum in the scale.
And especially where I appreciated my predecessors is the first what they were using to have. At that time, this computerization is coming, and foreign banks, they are being permitted to enter into the banking industry. New type of private banks are coming. So they are coming with a lot of improvements in the technology. And much prior to that also, when the bank requires technology, our federation was in forefront in agreeing to the extent which it is required, absolutely necessary, minimum necessary to the bank. And at the same time, the thinking of the federation is, because we are agreeing for the computerization, the bank is getting some benefit. And out of that, you have to give a portion to the employees also, it has to be shared with the employees. It has resulted into 1 increment to all the employees who are in service as a particular day.
The era of bilateralism ushered in State Bank of India in 1964. A new pay scale and service condition was introduced. It was only for State Bank pensioners that there was a ceiling on pension, depriving them from the actual pension they are eligible for, as 50% 100% of their last strong